So moments away from the kickoff here between Cavalier and Humblie FC, two teams that are going to be kicking off the second fixture of the all-new Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel. George, Humblie, a lot older than this Cavalier team.
Yeah, because there are some veterans, especially a couple on the bench, who would have tilted the balance in their favour distinctly in terms of the age of the average age of the team as a unit.
So Cavalier and Humblie, a fierce, aggressive start here to the fixture. Vanzi trying to get in there early. Well, rapid pace to the start here. Certainly on pace, this game has started more quickly than the Mount Pleasant Tivoli game, George.
Yeah, players are up for it. And, you know, coming second in a doubleheader, Lance, you feel that your game is the feature game.
Odette Hamilton is the referee in charge here. She's a FIFA referee, one of the really successful referees in Jamaican football at the moment. Actually stood in the Premier League final 2 years ago.
Yes. Saw her make a call at Arnold Gardens one night on a Monday Night Football that was hugely controversial.
Yes.
The more replays you saw, the more right she was.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. You remember that?
Yes, and I think Thompson, the Arnett Gardens central defender, was very upset with her.
Absolutely.
But she was right, wasn't she? O'Neill Bigger Thompson, who is now with the Humblie, or has been with the Humblie outfit since he left Arnett Gardens, was in a player coach role some time ago. Yeah, the pace here decidedly quicker, certainly at the start here, than the Mount Pleasant Tivoli game, where the players at the opening were just moving the ball around and getting the feel of the conditions.
And the players here will feel much more comfortable, because while there was cloud cover for the first game, it was a bit humid to start the game. It got progressively cooler, but these boys are starting this game with the conditions quite cool.
Cavalier with a free kick, we're over on the right side. Lots of white shirts across the 18-yard area looking for scoring opportunities. Irving. Simpson. Cavalier moving the ball around very, very swiftly. Oh, a little bit too much pace on that pass. Definitely Dale Yee Singh, assistant referee on the right.
Benefit of youth also, Lance. The enthusiasm within these Cavalier lads will be high. Big game. They're part of the opening double bill for the opening weekend of this historic competition. Adrenaline pumping, their friends watching. Out to make an impression.
Yeah. 3 19-year-olds on the starting roster. Webster, Thomas and Murray. Strong challenge there from Lorenzo Lewin from Humblie. Sliding in, just trying to win possession of the ball. Vanzi goes wide here. Rodney. Lewis. Oh, Williams tries to work his way there. Veteran for Humblie, Levon Williams. His play cut out, but determined move on the right side there for Humblie early.
Yeah, dovetailing with Rodney, trying to overload on the defenders, but there were 2 defenders for the 2 attackers, so even Stevens. Gadale Irving full of running down the left side for Cavalier over the course of his time with Rudolph Speed's team. Solid player.
Whistle on the play, foul.
Youth meeting youth there, that occasion. Clever from the Humberland man, putting his body in the way, buying the free kick.
Speed sporting director for Cavalier.
Titles keep evolving.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this Humberland team and I'm looking at Andrew Van Zelans. One of those players that coaches just absolutely love. His tactical understanding of the game and his ability to organize. Us, the fans, are often left wanting more from Andrew Van Zel, given what his ability suggests that he should be producing game in, game out. Sometimes we get something special. Sometimes we get a soda without the fizz, without the pop.
Yeah. Big Andrew Price there on the sidelines for Humberland. He's the man making the strategic decisions for Humberland these days. A man with a strong Boys Town background, having played for Boys Town as a Premier League player. After his successful Manning Cup winning days with St. George's College, so he would have endured many moments against Cavalier as two Casafa giants, Boys Town and Cavalier, during his playing days. Andrew Price.
Well, my friend, would you say Cavalier are Casafa giants if you say that Arnett Gardens, Waterhouse, Harborview are
during that
Casafa
time?
Oh,
during that time,
okay.
During his days.
Okay.
During his days.
Very well. Very well.
Yeah, Santos, Santos, Cavalier were the big teams. Arnett and Waterhouse are late bloomers, George.
Relatively.
Yes. Well, at my age, I can say that. Maybe not the same for you.
Certainly not. There was a time, Lance, when the man on the ball, Vishnul Harris, was the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League, no doubt.
Yes, for Arnett Gardens.
Yes.
Championship winning team as well.
Yeah, but undermined by a succession of leg injuries.
Yeah.
It's just not been the same.
No, he hasn't. Seven minutes in, and the game starting out at a fiery pace.
Yeah, love the tempo so far.
Yeah. The Cavalier hierarchy and their sporting director, Rudolph Speed, like to glorify the emphasis on youth and giving young players the opportunity here in the Premier League. They started 3 17-year-olds, George, back in the 2017-18 season. Jamoy Topi, Kaheem Paris and Jadine White. They boast that that is the first and only time it has ever happened in Premier League football where 3 17-year-olds start. And Cavalier taking the plaudits there for giving young footballers an opportunity to shine at the top level.
And two of those three boys are now overseas holding down professional contracts, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
White is the only one here. He's in goal today.
Yeah, part of the national setup. Jadine White, there he is. Turned 20 years old recently. A standout goalkeeper for St. Andrew Technical in the Manning Cup. Cavalier on the advance. Searching past Weber onto the right side. Pretty easy take for the Humberland goalkeeper and captain Dennis Taylor. The Costa Cup winning goalkeeper for Godfrey Stewart back in 2005, a real leader.
Andrew Price, easily the most vocal coach in the Premier League. You can hear him from a mile away. Yeah, Irving came in there hard.
Yeah.
Rodney was on his way down, almost on his haunches, when Irving's tackle came in. Looked a bit dangerous, but not reckless. He's entitled to clear and avert danger, Gadiel Irving. And on the follow through, tagged Rodney there.
Yeah, looked a little bit scary there for a moment. So the St. Lucian, number 16, Melvin Doxley, making his national Premier League debut in Jamaica, the Jamaica Premier League. Williams for Humberland, tackled by Doxley. There he is. And the word is, George, that he got interested in Premier League football in Jamaica by watching it on Sportsmax in St. Lucia.
It's a story, I believe.
Yeah, and here he is now in the number 16 shirt. There he is. Yeah, his agent apparently made a contact and precipitated the move from St. Lucia to Jamaica.
Wow, what a story.
"23 years old he is. Thomas goes high, knocked in the face, and referee Hamilton just halts the play to have a look at Chanel Thomas.
Outstanding schoolboy.
Yeah.
Still to make a mark at this level, but his career is only young here, so he has time. Certainly has the talent.
Yeah, still only 19 years old, tall, and a real goal scorer. But in this early stage in his career, he's already made a mark as a man who scores goals at important moments. Vanzi, one of the few local players, George, that were a part of the Jamaica squad at the Copa America Centenario back in 2016. Don't think he got any playing time, but he certainly was rubbing shoulders with a lot of foreign-based players, including the Leicester City captain Wes Morgan.
Two-footed tackle, but the referee thinks it's clean. Cavalier don't think so. Speed up off his bench, Lance, and upset.
Yeah, and it happened right in front of Stephanie Day-Leasing, the assistant referee on that side.
Who didn't flag?
Yeah, so she must have seen the play closely enough that satisfied her that. Yeah, let's see what happens here. No.
You know what? I think that's a free kick though, because you go down. He goes down.
Yeah.
Yes, he gets ball, but look at the tackle. No, that's a free kick because when you're off the ground, you don't have control. You don't have control, and you're going in hard. And he would tell you that, well, I had a right to go for the ball, and he does. But football is about tackling responsibly. I wouldn't have booked him, but I think I'd have given a free kick for that.
Yeah, that's Colin Anderson. That's down for Cavalier.
And a man like Mark Hagler-Wilson will be watching this broadcast and say, what the hell is George talking about? I used to make those tackles. I made a career out of making tackles like those.
That was the fearsome Reno Central defender of the late 1980s and early 1990s.
They called him Hagler, didn't they?
Yes.
There you go.
Always had a bald head. Was very, very aggressive. I think Dwight York and Russell Latipi can give a few stories about him as well.
Before Brent Sancho's time, eh?
Long before Brent Sancho's time, yeah.
Good afternoon, Brent Sancho, watching this broadcast in TNT.
Yeah, so Anderson,
he's fine.
A little shaken by the challenge, but he's a tough young footballer, so he's ready for action again.
You were making a point about Andrew Van Zilans, wears number 12 for Humblie, and we must tell the viewers that he's technically excellent and almost seems to walk through games at times, but that's when he's good and he can find passing angles. When he's on, he passes the ball over long distances very well. Has a good long pass on him and a long shot as well for Andrew Van Zyl. But there are other times when he just looks one-paced. Yeah, as if the game is going at 50 miles per hour and he's going at 17 or 20.
Yeah. Well, here he is with a pass setting the play over on the right side, keeping possession of the ball, Van Zyl. Looks, as you said, confident on the ball. But sometimes when the long pass is your game, George, if you're not on, you look awful because you know you keep spraying the ball and it doesn't get to the target. So for a long ball specialist, his game looks a little bit more wretched if he's not finding the marks.
Strong point, but the problem is when you have a short pass and you go long just because you love going long. And that's the issue sometimes.
Here's Vanzi.
And the thing is, he can spray those long passes with either foot. So technically, very, very good player. Greg Lewis has a problem now. And he's indicating, Lance, that he wants to come off. Gregory Lewis has just indicated to the bench, the universal sign that we need to make a change.
Yeah. Gregory Lewis is going to be out of the game, it seems. At central midfield. Looks to be in some pain here. There's been a Humblie stalwart at 33 years old. And yeah, he doesn't look in good shape. 15 minutes in, no goals yet.
Yeah, well, even the bench now making the rolling sign. Once he's jogging off, seeing if he, but he pulls up back. Yeah, that's it. Hugh Howell, Lance, your guy, one of your favorite players, limbering up, getting his shin pads on, and he should be in to replace Gregory Lewis in central midfield. That's him. He calls himself. Note, they don't call him. He calls himself the Gorilla. The former what? Excelsior man?
Yes, the Manning Cup winner as well. I think twice. Yeah, 03 and 04. Hugh Howell. Now 35 years old Howell. So a 35-year-old replacing a 33-year-old.
Yeah, part of the reason the Humblie squad is average age one of the oldest in the league.
Yeah. Completely different for this Cavalier team. Their coach Everdeen Scarlett mentioned earlier on, or maybe Speed it was, that mentioned that they only have maybe only 2 players in their current setup over 25.
Yes.
Good turn there from Thompson. Referee Hamilton says it's Cavaliers' throw.
Yeah, Howell is ready, and they're trying to get her attention, and they get her attention now. She doesn't stop play yet, though. Well, play has to stop. She can't stop the play for the substitution. Here's the chance for the change. First change, Lance.
Yeah. Drake with the clearance for Humblie, and Howell is about to enter the field of play, and his first order of duty will be defensive because the ball is in the Humblie defensive third. And there's the big man, Hugh Howell. One of the most robust players in Jamaica's Premier League for the past decade. And his beard looks a bit heavier than the last time we saw him, George. Yeah, bad challenge. Free kick to Cavalier.
You'd speak about the near misses this Humblie team has had. That 2017 season when they won the regular season. Remember Dookie said that they were undone by the long break between, by virtue of finishing top of the pile. They were effectively punished because they sat at home for longer than everybody else.
Waiting for their challenges to come.
To take shape, right.
Yeah.
That season they were very good. I remember them winning at Arnett Gardens in a fiery contest, physically and otherwise, and standing up.
Yeah.
But they were never quite the same after that break.
I think it was Jamal Martin, the Arnett defender, who got into some serious tussles that evening.
With Hugh Howell.
Yeah.
Jersey torn and all that.
Yes. Same match, George. We're on the same wavelength.
Offside.
Yeah, Thomas just creeping a little behind the Humblie defenders. There's Stephanie Dale Yising, FIFA referee, has been to world tournaments.
Wow, look at that There's nothing much in it, but she's dead right. Look at her positioning. Very good. I don't need to say that her status suggests or tells all the story about how good of an assistant referee she is.
Yeah. Howell wants the ball back, but they go deeper. Lindwell Lewis's long ball back. A lot of these defensive players for Humble are in their mid-30s. I wonder if that fact will tell late in this game. Oh.
Got his heel clipped, and Odette Hamilton wants a word with Kamoy Simpson. And you know, I would have wagered and I would have won. If you had asked me to bet who would be the first Cavalier player to go in the book, they're ultra aggressive but very good defender and sometimes defensive midfielder. Kamoy Simpson, he's the first man into the book today.
Yeah, very, very aggressive player. I think he had a youth campaign with Arnett Gardens as an under-21 player before he moved over to Cavalier. Williams, Vanzi. Searching ball, looking for Fishnell Harris. Yeah, and Irving taking no chances there. He felt Harris creeping up behind him. And he knows how good a player Harris is, so he opted to spray the ball away.
Think about Harris when he was fitter, as we see him walking away from the corner. Of course, he could beat a man and very good touch, but he could shift the ball and then explode. He was deceptively quick.
Yes.
I think the injuries have robbed him of that explosiveness.
Yeah. Corner to Humberland. Harris out jumped for the header. Williams for Humberland. Under pressure. Yeah, Cavalier playing with a lot of energy, and I guess it tells that this is such a youthful, exuberant team. That wasn't deliberate, was it?
Nope. Shot that skewed wide.
Cavalier tackling quickly and effectively. Thomas robbed of the ball by Howell, who's almost twice his age.
Yes.
Yeah, a bit of a frown on the face there of the Cavalier man, Kyle Ming. There he is. Former captain of Bridgeport in the Manning Cup competition at Central Defense. Yeah, it's a handball.
Yeah. Did I hear Rudolph Speed right saying that he has a 15-year-old in his squad this season? I think that's what he told me just now in the, well, not him. I think that's what he said in the feature we shot with him if he played.
I think there's a 15-year-old on his books. That's what he said.
Wow.
That's what he said, yeah. I said they pride themselves, Cavalier, in building young players, giving young players opportunities. And here they are on the advance now. English. Just trying to spray the ball through to Ronald Webster, not getting to him. Irvin. Oh, his cross is a dangerous one. Oh, no one getting to the end of it though. English was closest, but didn't get a boot there. Anderson. Has he won a corner?
No. Well, he has, yes.
Yeah,
but very good work from Irving, squaring up Rodney.
Yeah.
And the cross was very good, but no man in a white shirt had the presence of mind to either go back or front post.
Yeah, I just got the impression that they didn't expect Irving to get the cross in at the time that he did, so they weren't alert enough in the penalty box to respond to it.
Yeah, but his delivery from that position is usually trusty on that left foot, so I don't know why they'd anticipate that. Yeah, it's not going to come.
6 Cavalier white shirts in the box. Can this be the opening goal of the Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel? Wow, almost. Well, squeezed past everyone.
Yeah, it was a flick.
Yeah, that was a foul. That was a foul. Yeah, Ming feeling the hurt there from the challenge from behind.
Let's see if Hamilton goes to the book for the yellow card.
Yeah, that looked pretty reckless.
Oh, barged over.
Yeah.
And landing on him.
He's got tangled. Yeah. So yeah, I think his studs got into the hamstring of Ming as well. So he's limping away from the incident.
Well, he escapes a working Lorenzo Lewin.
Coming up to the half-hour mark. No goals yet. Still fairly overcast, but the heavy threat of rain that we had seen probably 45 minutes or an hour ago has sort of gone away. The clouds not looking as dark and heavy as they did an hour ago. There's Taylor, the Humblie captain, sorting things out. Free kick for Cavalier. Header attempted but wide.
You've spoken much about the youth of the Cavalier team in successive seasons. We must remember that the faith in this program is tremendous because, don't forget, they got relegated, Cavalier, and people are saying, we told you, you can't play in this league with so many young players. You're bound to get relegated. Knowing Rudolph's speed, you know what he did? He dug in and he came back with the same formula, got promoted the season after, and has been ever present since.
Yeah.
So there have been, the project has had early failures, but this man's stick-to-itiveness rankles with many, finds favor with some, but he'll only do what he believes in, Rudolph's speed, and he believes in this project.
Yeah, didn't have such a good season last year. The season that was aborted was lying in 8th position on 39 points. I think 15 or 4 points off a playoff spot, 15 points off the leaders, Portmore at the time. But you know what, George, they did have trouble last year because they would have lost Alex Marshall and Nicholas Hamilton. Shot on goal! Brilliant strike by Brian English that just missed the target.
Wow, not much backlift there from English at all. The ball running across him from the left, and he just swung the right boot into it, caught it sweetly, but just drifting away all the time from Dennis Taylor's top right hand corner.
Yeah, I think he suffered a broken foot or an ankle about 2 years ago, and he was out of football for a while. But this former Harbourview player has a lot of quality, and I keep expecting him to create magic on the field. But that was a fine strike. Vanzi. Howell. Okay, so Humblie getting their possession game going. And they look good doing it.
Yeah.
Howell. This ball is likely to come wide here to Rodney. No. Tries to go straight. Sees effort on goal by Harris, but he just didn't get out of the shot well.
Yeah. Was stretching for it, so he decided to hit it on the bounce.
Yeah,
that was a good chance, though.
It was. Cavaliers' defense just didn't do well with this effort with a pass from Vanzi that put them under pressure.
Just reaching for it slightly there, Vishanul Harris.
Yeah, and White not pleased with his defenders, George, because he wouldn't have expected his defenders to allow such an easy opportunity or an uncontested opportunity for Vishanul Harris in the box. Vanzi again. Under pressure from Thomas. Yeah, kicked up on the heel there. Oh, good skill there from the St. Lucian. Moxley. First touch, brilliant. Second touch, smooth and full of assurance.
A contrast of styles we're seeing here. Cavalier want to get the ball from attack to defense as quickly as possible. Humblie in no hurry. They'll knock it around, put it in the middle and look for Vanzi to pick the long pass. To either send a man running down the right or left channel, or one straight as he dropped on Visional Harris's sector.
Yeah. Wow. Oh. No. Anderson's pass there had a lot too much weight on it. As if he thought he was passing to Usain Bolt. Or should I say Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Wow. All I can say about Shelley Ann Fraser-Pryce.
Visional Harris. Howell. Yeah, puts himself under some pressure now. Transition for Cavalier. Webster across. No one gets to it. English. Oh, the ball gets stuck into Anderson's boot. And the Humberland defenders in a cluster in the end get rid of the ball. And a good opportunity for a quick rebound here for Humberland, with a lot of the Cavalier players up inside the Humberland half in there, and they'll foul. Free kick to Humberland.
I tell you what, the Humberland players are very unhappy with Hugh Howell. Visional Harris and company exchanging harsh words with him because he lost the ball here, and that's what created the opportunity for Cavalier. Well, that's what Cavalier benefited from. And this ball just behind Chanel Thomas.
Yeah. Webster there setting himself up just to charging into the box and sliding the pass inside. I wondered if he would have had a crack at goal himself, but opted to strike the play inside. It's Keeman Drake at central defense for Humberland, taking care of business. Williams to Vanzi. Now the ball way over on the left side. Humberland players now getting a little antsy. I think there's too much dribbling happening and the men must pass the ball.
Yep.
Thompson forced to get the ball back. All of the Cavalier players at the moment, George, behind the ball.
Yeah, that's a defensive shape for you.
Yeah.
And the lines, you can see the line, the back four inner line, the four in front of them, also holding a good line. Humberland need to find the space between those two lines.
Yeah. Howell to Vanzi. Well, Moxley not with a very good play there. Drake. Back to his goalkeeper, Taylor. But a lot of energy and pace in this game up to 32 minutes.
Yeah, Lance Cavalier look dangerous every time the ball breaks and they attack.
Yeah, I was making the point earlier on that their season last year, George, would have been affected by the fact that they lost Alex Marshall and Nicholas Hamilton to overseas contracts. You know, two players that, you know, regularly scored upwards of 10 goals for them every season.
Yeah, so they would have broken up MMH, Marshall and Hamilton.
That's right. Alex Marshall playing, I think, with Wanderers in the Canadian Premier League, which is coached by Stephen Hart, the Trinidad and Tobago born coach who played for TNT and was also national coach of Canada and at one point national coach of TNT as well. That's Lorenzo Lewin, the number 15. Good build up here by the Humberland team, but Cavalier moving very, very smartly in their defensive third. Simpson wants the ball back and gets it. Widens the play here now to Irving.
For once, they're taking their time about it, the Cavalier boys. Be more patient this time than usual. Normally they just try to drive down the field as quickly as possible. I must say, enjoy the surface, Lance.
Yes.
Even though it's artificial. It just makes the football look better. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just because of how it travels on the turf. It's just true. It travels in a true fashion, which isn't the case at other fields that they play on in the domestic game.
But isn't this the future, Lance? Isn't it likely that in 10, 15 years, the teams that say they are Premier League caliber teams will each have one of these?
Yeah, I would think so. And the chances of a game being rained out on a pitch like this is almost nil.
Yep.
Whereas there are many fields in Jamaica at the moment, if there is enough rain, there can't be any football.
Remember what happened at Frome on that fateful Sunday after we had driven, what, about 4 hours to get there?
4 hours? You mean 4 hours from Montego Bay?
Yeah.
After we had already driven 4 hours from Kingston the day before.
Yes.
Yeah. Barbican too, we've seen matches called off at Barbican because of rain and waterlogged and flooded out fields.
Yeah, so I believe this is the future.
Yeah. Thomas. Anderson. Thomas under a lot of pressure. Yeah, referee calls a playback. She was about to allow the play to go on because the advantage wasn't taken away from Humblie, but in the end it was.
Yeah, Lewin, a muscular customer in that midfield. Diminutive, but looks like a serious fellow. And just intimidated Chanel Thomas a bit off the ball there.
Yeah.
And the Cavalier man fouled in retaliation.
Right. Referee at Hamilton having a busy outing so far. One of the best referees in the country.
Yup. For
Former
sure.
GC Foster College student. Told me once that she represented GC Foster College at volleyball, so she's a sports girl, not just football. Humblie on the prowl. Brilliant build-up here. Yeah, but Melvin Doxley creates enough discomfort to take the opportunity away. Drake to Vanzi. Vishenal Harris. Williams. Player with a lot of skill. Yvonne Williams has many times been the leading scorer for Humblie. Not that young anymore. In his 30s now, early.
Yeah, a lot of salt in the head these days. And the ball spot getting as big as mine.
Irvin. Wow, Thomas gets away, but can't get by Williams.
Williams had knocked the ball into Thomas's path inadvertently.
Yeah, but did well to recover.
Yep.
Oh, there's a searing move here from the Humblie 13, Mark Rodney. Vanzi. Yeah. Oh, there's a foul there on Rodney.
Yeah, you know what? Humblie, though, very slow in the transition, Lance. And here's how I'm illustrating that point that I'm making. When Vanzi took a possession just now, Humblie's attacking midfielder, Vishenal Harris, was in the center circle just ambling his way forward. While his defensive midfielder was ahead of him looking for passing options forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah, slow in the transition. It's the first game, I'm not kidding anybody.
Yeah.
And we know that we are huge Vishenal Harris fans, and we have been over time. But just pointing out how the game is flowing.
6 balls each for the two teams after 38 minutes, so we're probably 7 minutes away from the halftime break, and Thomas is down with some sort of a foot problem, it seems. Yeah, he appears to be in enough pain that will require some medical attention. Is he walking off the field? I think so.
You know what I'm going to say, though. He's young. He's 19. He'll be fine.
He's going to be on still. Yeah. In the meantime, we've seen Vanzi score free kicks before. And right now, from about 35 yards out, he has an opportunity to strike one. Let's see what kind of form Jadine White, the Cavalier goalkeeper, is in. Vanzi's strike is high. Almost knocks our cameraman over.
Yeah. Greater threat to the camera guy than to the goalkeeper guy.
Yeah, someone would say he has a high standard of shooting, which of course isn't a compliment.
Who would say that?
Some people I know, George.
There you go. This wouldn't be out of place in an Aussie rules game or an NFL game for that matter.
Or leaving Chris Gale's bat.
Or leaving Chris Gale's bat.
Or my boy Shimron Hetmeyer,
who can't get a game for the West Indies.
We're 5 minutes to the halftime break, and the Cavalier and Humblie, as we saw in the previous game between Mount Pleasant and the Tip of the Gardens, locked in a scoreless battle.
Yeah, so we played 94 minutes in the first game. We had a water break here already, didn't we? So we played about, let's say, 38 minutes here. 94 and 38, it were 12, 10, and 3/3. So 130 plus minutes without a goal so far, Lance. I'm still hopeful.
Yeah. Vishanal Harris. Too much weight on the pass. Oh, what a big long kick that was by White.
Excellent kick.
Yeah. Just pushing the Humblie defenders back on their heels.
Yeah, it went 20 yards into the Humblie half. That's a very good kick.
Murray trying to force the ball through. King.
So there's a King and a Ming.
Yeah.
Cavalier.
King, part of the Clarendon College schoolboy set up in recent years.
So he would have been coached by the teacher.
That's right.
Lenny Hyde.
The Costa Cup champions 2019.
With the outstanding Lamar Walker. Oh, it wasn't that. That's a different team, the 2019 team. Oh, that's the 18 team, yes.
Yeah, Lamar now in the USL Championship. I think he's playing for one of the Florida teams, Miami FC. Yeah. Rodney under pressure. Irvin just sneaking behind and taking control away from him.
This has been a good battle, Lance, between the left back for Cavalier, Gadela Irving, and the number 13, the right back for Humblie and Rodney.
Oh, Vance finds himself way on the right side of the field. His pass inside to Murray. Thomas unable to keep it.
Yeah, tough afternoon for Thomas so far. But that man has gotten through a lot of work. So too has this man, who's been tasked with keeping him quiet.
Yeah. And some evidence here that the Cavalier team is exhibiting some of that total football that we saw the Dutch popularize, Johan Cruyff in Barcelona as well. See Chanel Thomas coming deep into his own half. And then when they are on attack, they're getting the numbers up. When J.D. White's missed kick almost puts Cavalier in problems. Luckily for him, no Humblie player close enough to make him pay for it. Drake, Howell, Vanzi. Pass a bit short by Vanzi, but Howell is trying to repair the damage. Irvin. Quality play there from Linval Lewis.
Yellow card for Gadela Irving. Yeah. There was an earlier play where he came through hard on Thompson, and I don't think Odette Hamilton forgot that.
Yeah.
And she's saying, you're aggressive
sometimes
again.
they put those in the notebook, George.
Yeah, which is why in the first game, the referee was telling Garrison that you're on my radar now.
Yeah.
Referee Costa.
Yeah. A minute to the break. Here's what happened here. The challenge from Irving. Very, very strong. Good swirling cross inside. Vanzi goes back to Lewis. White goes up in goal, and it's comfortable in the end. Howell was darting in to put pressure on. Here's another one of White's very long kicks, and Thomas finds himself with some room here. Can he get the shot off? Thomas, very good defensive work from Drake.
Solid from Drake.
Yeah.
The young man did a couple of moves trying to shake him, but he wasn't for shaking the big defender.
Puts himself in some trouble there, but he was fouled.
Yeah, got bailed out by the referee.
Yeah. A little too brave there. He probably should have gotten rid of the ball as 3 Cavalier players were closing in on him.
Yeah, well, Jadine White's goal kicking lands almost like Ederson for Man City. Really on the button there.
Yeah. A very, very talented goalkeeper, Jadine White. Two minutes added on for stoppages. And no goals from 135 minutes of football, George. Is my mathematics correct?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, well, stoppage time and so on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, not going to mark you wrong for that.
Yeah. Mount Pleasant and Tivoli 0-0 in the opening fixture of the all-new Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel.
Cavalier have slowed down, Lance.
Yes.
The older this half has gone, the less oomph has been in their attacking.
Oh, Webster. Can he get the shot off? Irvin.
Excellent again from Rodney. Those two, as I said to you, this has been the key individual battle. The Humble Lion man lost one badly when Irving beat him and put in a cross that none of his teammates anticipated. But beyond that, he's been solid, standing up well. And then the other side, when he goes attacking, Irving has shackled him well.
Yes, he has. Here comes a corner for Cavalier. Taylor with a punch out, and the referee's whistle. Odette Hamilton says first half is over. No goals here between Cavalier and Humble. A robust first half in this second match of the all-new Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digicel. No goals yet between Humble and the Cavalier Football Club. And of course, Atkinson was the Kingston College standout, still only 19 years old, and a very, very skillful and promising young attacking player.
Commentators' dream though, Lance. You have King, Ming and Chin on the field for Cavalier.
Oh, up and running for the second half. And Humble are already starting to search the Cavalier defense line. Howell. Yeah, Rodney has had a very good first half for Humble. Just a little short there with that pass.
Yep, perhaps their best player.
Yeah, Murray. There goes Atkinson. Yeah, good turn there. So the first touch for the 19-year-old is good there from Atkinson. Here comes Simpson. Harris. Oh, bad pass. Kamoy Simpson gets by his man well. Oh, good skill here from the central defender. Ha-ha!
Yep. Doing a roly-poly in very tight quarters. Not as balletic as Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah. Very, very early in the first half, George, I saw Kamoy Simpson dart forward into the attacking third as if he was an attacking midfielder.
That's his game though.
Yeah, and at the very start of the second half here, we see him making the same kind of move.
Yeah. He's been an excellent servant for Cavalier over the years, Kamau Simpson.
Yeah. Oh, Webster does well. I think he has handled it.
Yes, he has.
Oh, shoved over from behind by Rodney. Referee Hamilton close enough to the plate to make a call.
You know what? If he had struck that beyond the goalkeeper into the back of the net, I wonder what the Humberland players would have done, because it was clear it hit his forearm.
Yes, it did.
As he was galloping into the box. Right here. Bam. That's a handball on the right hand.
Yeah, I saw it. But he was shoved from behind as well on that play after.
I think he was touched and he went over looking to buy something from Miss Hamilton, but she was telling him, I'm not a vendor, son, I'm a referee, a top referee at that.
Oh, English's first touch, not as good as it needed to be. Oh, and there's Chin losing his balance and losing the opportunity to collect the pass. Fancy. Howell. Howell glances to see how much room he has. Foul there by Thomas.
Price, his coach, though, screaming at him, wanted him to release the ball earlier, Hugh Howell. And he walks away wondering, well, coach, I want a free kick. But the coach is saying, no. Early release here.
Yeah, what happened to him? He didn't realize that the defender, the challenger, was coming back to challenge him so quickly. Good strike on goal over the top.
You know, I was about to say this in the first half and I didn't, but as I see Lewis, as I see him, Lance, with his shirt in his shorts, can you imagine the men who wear their jerseys tucked inside their shorts? They look odd to me on the football field nowadays. And back in the day, you would look odd if your shirt was out.
Well, the referees would tell you to put your shirt in.
There you go. Things have changed. Things have changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're told that from school days. That's how he does it.
In my team, he'd get a nickname, Lance. They'd call him Tuck-in. Saying you're always tucked in.
Well, his nickname, we're told, is Joe, so he doesn't have your circle of friends, correct?
Not at all.
Visional Harris, surrounded by 4 Cavalier players, but still keeps possession of the ball. He has that kind of skill, eventually losing it though.
Yeah, but he needs some fitness though, Visional Harris. Look at him blowing. The days gone by, he would have driven forward, holding off players. There's a montage we had, Lance, for Red Stripe Premier League against Humble Lion.
Yeah.
He pushed off about 3 people, walked around the challenges to score.
Yes, I remember that play. Still a young man though, Visional Harris. Turned 26 years old today. English. Thomas sweeping in the middle! Just wide to the near post.
Wow.
That was an opportunity.
Wow. What a chance. A brilliant run from Thomas. Ran across the defenders, pulling up to the left-hand side, well, to the goalkeeper's right. And had every intention. It was obvious from the run that he wanted to knock it forward first time. Was going for the near post, but missed everything. Look at the pass. And he did miss by much. Didn't miss by much.
Yeah.
But he gave himself no room for error based on his run and the connection that he wanted to make. Got the connection he wanted.
Yeah.
But couldn't find the rat hole, as they call that one.
Good work down the left there by Brian English. A player that has talent and speed. Disappointed that that one didn't raise the net.
Yeah, wearing a pained expression, the sporting director. A lovely run from the young striker though. Excellent pass into his path. The pass was intended for him to hit on the run. He bent his run to hit it on the run. But a bit too precise he wanted it to be and missed the target.
Webster with pace. Yeah, but he won't get by Howell here. Thompson turning with it, but eventually Humberland losing possession of the ball.
I've been watching Vance since the start of the second half. Don't think he has touched the ball yet. Let's hope he doesn't go missing for Humberland.
Yeah, Doxley, the St. Lucian, doing really well here.
Vance getting back to stop him in his tracks, saying he got the ball. May have done so, but flung his leg around the barraging central defender. It's a free kick all day.
Just Melvin Doxley. Looks as if he'll be the man to strike this one goalwards. A three-man Humberland wall set up. Oh, the deflection. Corner.
Trying to use the Ronaldo technique. They call it the knuckleball technique. Oh, it didn't give it a lot of fizz. Not sure it would have threatened Taylor's goal even if it had not taken a deflection.
Yeah. Oh, there are 7 white shirts for Cavalier in the box. But Williams gets there first. Not a good corner, to the near post and away from all of the white shirts. English. Chin. Good football from Cavalier. Howell pressing hard. Cavalier playing with patience.
Yeah. They've slowed down by choice. Perhaps speed is telling them that you're rushing it. Take your time over passing the ball.
Yeah.
Bring people into play.
Are you saying speed is telling them to slow down, George?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound right. Anyway, Cavalier on the advance here. Harris. Williams, can he take this one? Does, but doesn't keep it.
No. Didn't have his feet set.
Yeah.
And then the ball hit him rather than him controlling it. And that's because he didn't set his feet to control just yet.
Webster in to Atkinson. 2 19-year-olds exchanging passes. And here comes another 19-year-old in Thomas. Simpson. Webster's pass misdirected. Throw to Humberland deep inside their own half. 54 minutes gone. And we're still waiting for the opening goal of the season.
Yeah, the Humberland centre forward, Javane Thompson, is about... he's under 5'8" from what I can see. He's up against some tall central defenders, men with brawn as well. He's having a warm time, really getting into the game. They don't have that focal point, that reference point up front of Humberland to play around.
Andrew Price. In his playing days, George, they call him the B-52 bomber.
I can see why. Heard many stories about him in his playing days. Meanest tackler around.
Yeah. Oh, that was about 130 pounds ago.
Or more.
Foul.
I don't think so. I think he trod on the ball.
Okay.
Lorenzo Lewin.
Yeah, well, Webster is disappointed at the referee's call.
Yeah, in the dribbling motion, he stepped on the ball.
Fancy. Oh, he's leaving it.
Well, he was ushered away.
Shamar Roden. To the far post. Oh, left-footed effort there from Harris, but way off target.
Yeah, he was off balance.
Yeah, had outstanding appearances for Arnett Gardens, Bishanel Harris. before moving to Humberland.
Yeah, really thrived in Jerome Waite's 3-4-3. Really ran the show, and you mentioned his age, 26. Wow, he's had some very good years already. And I really hope for Humberland's sake and for the man's sake that Fisherman Harris can rediscover his best form. Yeah, that's a bad tackle there. And Rudolph's speed is incandescent with rage, Lance, because he's beseeching the referee to produce the card for the tackle. He needs to keep a cool head, because she may give him a card.
Yeah, I've heard criticism about the Jamaica Premier League, George, that match officials allow too many aggressive and reckless tackles to go with not appropriate punishment. That is a view that a lot of people hold.
You mean people who watch the game, who watch more of the games than we do? Because I don't share that view. I watch a lot of these games, as you know. We work these games. I don't think so. I don't think so. That was a bad tackle. Well, that was an aggressive tackle from Lewin. He followed through.
Yes.
And I think if you follow through intending to leave something on your opponent, you should be booked.
Yes.
This is troubling for Rodney, though. I hope he can continue.
Yeah, because he has been a standout player for Humberland.
Yes, sir. Yeah, she has taken his Lewin's name.
Yeah.
I can see her. They're writing his name on the card.
Yeah, 11 fouls committed by Cavalier so far in this match. And Speed isn't happy.
Well, Rodney gets a yellow card as well.
Wow. He looks to be in a lot of pain still, so let's see how quickly he can get back into the game. No, he won't. I see some movements coming on the side there. That Rodney's evening looks to be over, George.
Well, I think he was trying to con his way out of the yellow card by appearing to be injured, but is he leaving the arena?
Yes, I just saw someone, give the signal that they'd have to replace him.
He's being ushered to the bench.
Yeah. Oh, Simpson. Oh, what a good tackle that was from Vanzi. Good work. That was from Javane Thompson. There's Vanzi. Howell turns. If he loses this, he's in trouble again with his teammates. And he does. Wow. Oh, Harris.
From a Humberland perspective, he had to do that because they were in trouble. So he had to foul because Hugh Howell lost possession again in a dangerous position.
Yeah. Simpson with a strike. Off target. So the official announcement comes that Rodney is out.
No, they're announcing that he was booked.
Oh, he's booked.
Yeah, I don't see any movement on the bench as if he's going to be replaced. I think they're patching him up.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so the stadium announcer is announcing that Rodney was booked. But he's getting his shin pads back on, Lance. He's going to return.
Okay. I saw one of the persons on the coaching staff giving that signal, George, to say,
Yeah, that was what fooled you, yeah. Yeah, he's coming back.
Well, that's good for Humberland because he has been a standout player for them.
I think he's being bothered by cramps, though, Lance. You know how you walk pigeon-toed when you walk on your heels?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been doing that. So I think it's a cramp issue with him. Not surprising, of course, the first game of the season.
Yeah, lovely afternoon for football, this. Overcast conditions, and in a hot Saturday summer afternoon, you're expecting searing temperatures, which we're not feeling at the moment. So I think the players will like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm in Jamaica.
Yeah, Chin. Simpson. Yeah, aiming there for Webster, but...
Rodney again. He cut out the cross and then he executed the tackle just now.
Yeah.
There's a problem here. I think Hamilton's going to have a word with Rudolph Speed. Yes. I told you he would have talked himself into the book, because guess what? He was upset with Rodney's tackle just now, the sliding tackle that knocked the ball into touch for a throw to Cavalier. I guess he was at Odette Hamilton again. This man is continuing to tackle my players hard. And he gets into the book, goes into the book.
Of course, Speed, a former president of CASAFA, the Kingston and St. Andrew Football Association.
Doesn't he have a brief now with the JFF's technical committee?
Yes, he's in that committee, yes.
with that quiet him, you think? I don't think so. Meaning that yellow card from Hamilton.
Yeah, I understand. Maybe not. Yeah, he tends to speak his mind speed. Fancy with a free kick opportunity. He gave the last one away. I think he wants this one for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vision Harris there with some fancy looking white turf boots.
Yeah, and given his foot issues and leg issues as well, it's not surprising that he's playing on this surface in that kind of footwear.
Fancy strike. Blocked. I think Webster got in the way. Lewis fights hard for it. Wow. Cavalier on the advance. Atkinson right across the box, and the sliding effort in the end just a little bit short from Brian English.
Wow, that should have been in the back of the net. There was a head injury in the play though. A Humblie man took a blow to the head while that play was developing. Odette Hamilton, I think she was obliged to let the play continue because she didn't know if it was just a knock to somewhere else. I think if she knew it was a knock to the head, she would have stopped play immediately, as she is duty bound to do. But yeah, Vanzi got a blow to the back of the head. Let's see what happened here.
Yeah.
Eyes on the ball he'd had. Oh yeah. Yes. If she saw that, she would have stopped the play.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that myself. I didn't see that the heads actually came together. But look at the Dwayne Atkinson run here down the left side. And he gets a good cross inside, and English arrives just late. A lot of pace there from Dwayne Atkinson. No surprise, he's a Kingston College boy. And we know how many quick runners they produce, George.
Yeah, he left Rodney for dead. Rodney was always struggling. And he did everything right, Dwayne Atkinson. The drive, the cross. English just needs a longer leg.
And there is Speed, apparently still not pleased. Yeah, and Vanzi looks as if he'll be okay. Would he have passed the concussion protocol?
Yeah, I don't think he was up on the wall of concussion from this play, but the blow was hefty. I felt it from here.
Still overcast conditions here at the UAJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. But the threat of rain, not that strong at the moment. And on 64 minutes, we're hopeful that this game will conclude without any interference from the weather. In the meantime, Humblie and Cavalier are trying to break the scoring drought that we've experienced all afternoon.
Foul on the play. Hugh Howell feeding some studs. Lance, can I engage you? Can you tell her? Can you take an attempt at telling our viewers what the mountains that surround us, what they're called? I'll give you a clue. J.R. Ewing.
The Dallas Mountains.
There you go, my friend. There you go, top man.
Yeah, the Dallas Mountains.
I rather gave that away, but there you go.
Just on the UWI Mona campus, just on the foot of these hills. A massive campus, the Mona campus. I think bigger than St. Augustine and Caveville, I believe.
Of course, Lance, for sure.
English. Atkinson gives it and then goes into the middle. Chin, can he get the cross in? He does. To the far post, misdirected. Oh boy, so Cavalier attacking minded, but just not getting the finishing touches on.
Rather a bit of hit and hope in that cross. There was one man to the back post who wasn't making a beeline for the back post. Thompson has had a very tough time up front for Humblie, and I feel it for him. Not much service at all. And his afternoon is done. He'll have easier opportunities, one suspects, and rather muscular Romeo Wright, Stets, outstanding Stets schoolboy from a few seasons ago.
The Costa Cup winner.
Oh yes, looked like a young Mike Tyson back in those days. And he's on this afternoon. Had a stint at Reno, didn't he? Well, no, from a St. Elizabeth. Well, yeah, because the Downswells were connected with the Stets program.
Yes.
So I think he had a short stint there.
Yes, he did. I think he did. Yeah.
Coming up here now.
I think Thomas appears to be suffering from some cramps there. George, you mentioned earlier on that, you know, early season, first afternoon of a new season, not uncommon to see players having cramp issues.
Yep. And those students of sports science will be looking at it and with understanding of lactic acid buildup and the body not attuned to this kind of strenuous activity at this level. Thomas is really struggling with cramps now, though.
Yeah,
they don't understand that it's gonna happen to these players.
Banter goes wide to Rodney. Wow, however, the hefty sliding challenge in.
Surprised I haven't seen more of those on this surface. A player knows he can slide without the stones and the pieces of glass that are on most surfaces. You laugh, but you would know this. You were a semi-professional footballer once, weren't you?
I never got any money to play football, George. Not a cent.
Good ball.
Chin. Murray. Simpson. Doxley. Webster. English. A little bit too much pace, is it? Yeah. Well, the cross came in, but couldn't get the goalkeeper out of the way.
Yeah, he needed to keep that, Webster, but he just crossed it because he knew that that's what he should do. But really, there was nobody in position to get that.
Yeah.
And Thomas is down again. He's down inside the 6-yard box for Humblie with cramps. I don't think he can continue because he's been struggling with cramps from the first half.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, so Shaniel Thomas, one of the 3 19-year-olds on the starting roster for Cavalier this evening, in some strife now.
It's one of those strange feelings, Lance, when your calves lock. I can empathize with him. It's happened to me, well, I was about to say when I was an athlete. And trust me, I was. Yeah. In high school. But yeah, the calves lock. And it's almost as if someone has tied some muscles together. And you're afraid of running because it feels as if it's going to tear like paper.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's coming off. The 17 goes up on the board. Number 9 comes in for Cavalier, Courtney Allen.
So Allen now on for Cavalier.
Humblie about to make another change as well, Lance. Hugh and Gray is set to come on as well. And Rodney's finally off. Also Lance walking as if cramps have cut his afternoon short. Hugh and Gray comes in for him.
Yeah, there's big Hugh and Gray, a former Waterhouse man. Also had some international caps for Jamaica.
Yeah, Rodney on the bench, Lance, limping badly. And goes down now, yeah. That left leg. Yeah, that's cramps.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so tough time for the young player.
Another change for Humblie while we are out. Lewin is out.
So there's Gray with possession of the ball now.
It's a new man who just came in.
Yeah, 34 years old, and we spoke about the 30-plus men that are at the back of the Humblie formation. Right. Strong. Yeah. They awarded a free kick to Cavalier, and Wright gets a yellow card.
Yeah, it was a bad tackle. It was a bad tackle. Jibison has come in, Lance. Leonardo Jibison, number 24, has come in for...
Yeah, here's the challenge again.
Lorenzo Lewin.
Took it on the shoulder, but he was losing possession here, and in his effort to try to keep possession, just stepped into the ankle of Kamoy Simpson. So he gets the yellow card as a result of that. Kick has to be retaken. That's the Richard King at the back of the fence for Cavalier. To Ming. To Chin. Ming Simpson. Oh, delightful football from Cavalier. There goes Chin. Atkinson wants it. Goes for Webster. Fine challenge. Recovery from the Humberland defense line.
Yeah, it's that Drake who slid across.
Yeah, did well there. Very, very threatening moment that was as Cavalier raided the Humberland defense area.
Yeah, Chin intelligently spreading it wide, opening up the play. And Webster's pass was heading into a dangerous sector.
Yeah, and it was a good play from Bran English as well. Just used his body to keep the ball in the path of Chin. Yeah, that was very smart football. Lots of white shirts in the box. But again, the corner is short and Ewan Gray gets his boot to it.
Yeah, corners. The Cavaliers' corners can't beat the first man. That's poor.
Yeah, got to do better with that. Howell. Howell's long ball, searching for Williams. Doesn't find him. Simpson, a tower of strength in the center of the park for Cavalier.
Yeah, high boot. Chest pass. You know who Romeo Wright reminds me of, Nolans, even though maybe a bit short, as we see Jibison coming in on the blind side. You remember the Nigeria team that played at the USA 94 World Cup? Daniel Amokachi.
Amokachi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same build. Looks like a little boxer.
Yeah, Amokachi.
Yeah, looks more boxer than footballer.
Yeah. Amokachi. Wow, Lewis aggressive with the challenge. And English has gone down. Ming with a header. Harris getting away from his man. Can Harris squeeze into the box? No, he can't. He wins a foul though. Just on the edge of the box, and he is disappointed that a card isn't coming out for Simpson. Well, that's what his body language is telling us.
You know what? That's very intelligent play. There was a passing option he could have taken, and he knew that he was going to come on the challenge. He was playing for the free kick, and he got it.
Well, let's see who is going to take it. Yeah, Simpson just tripping Visional Harris there. And Cavalier will have to have a wall of at least 6 or so players here, because based on where this kick is going to be taken from. Yeah, 4 there at the moment.
Hugh Howell and Andrew Vance is still having an argument, Lance. This argument started from the first half.
Not sure 4 players in this wall is enough.
Just need someone to finesse it over and into the bigger of the 2 exposed sides of Jaden White's goal.
Humberland. Fancy. Straight into the wall. Wow. A bit of a stumble there from Wright. Took the opportunity away from Humberland.
So how was our St. Lucian friend acquitted himself so far in your eyes?
He's played reasonably well. He's played reasonably well. His touches look solid. He has a lot of composure.
That's him on the screen,
yeah.
Oxley. Never seen that surname before.
Humble were 4th on 46 points, 8 points off leaders Waterhouse, and in a playoff spot when the 2019-2020 season was aborted. Atkinson. Oh, deflection! Cavalier! Dwayne Atkinson, the 19-year-old, strikes the first goal of the new season in the all-new Jamaica Premier League. Powered by Digicel, and Atkinson makes the headlines.
Yeah, I told you that it would probably take a deflected goal to get us underway in the new season, and so it has. The number 10 has looked bright, has looked fast in the second half. In the time that he's been on the pitch, has been busy, and tried his luck from distance, found himself in a pocket, green shirts around him, but none engaging him sufficiently to put him off the shot. And we see the play building up here. Look at him. Huon Gray stood off. It may have deflected off his own
play, yeah.
Into the back of the man wearing number 9, Courtney Allen.
Yeah, the substitute.
Wow.
Atkinson has been threatening ever since he came on, George. He has looked a very, very threatening player with his pace and his confidence as a 19-year-old.
Almost read Rudolph Speed's lips just now. Almost like he said he knew it was coming. In the Jamaican vernacular way, of course, is how he said it. But yeah, that's what it translates to. But I'm happy that we got the first goal.
Yeah.
First goal of the new season, coming in the 77th minute of the second match in the Jamaica Premier League. Scored by.
So my producer is telling me now that Dwayne Atkinson, who I've said has been busy since he came on, that his nickname is Busy.
Wow. No, he has played really well, though. I've been very, very impressed with his contribution to the game since he came on.
Very direct.
Yeah, because it was he who had set up that opportunity for English that was just missed.
Yes.
And just overall, he's been on point since he's come on. I know they have a lot of talent and a lot of, young quality in their setup, Cavalier, but the effort that I've seen from him just made me feel for a moment that he should have started. That's how I felt after seeing him for 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, Speed will tell you that, well, he started the right team and then he brought on a game changer.
Yes, yes.
And of course, the Cavalier number 10 jersey in recent seasons has been worn by Messi Marsh, a man who has come up trumps several times for Cavalier. Atkinson inheriting that burden now.
Gray finds his first touch. Isn't good enough, and he gets a yellow card because he tried to recover the ball after his first touch. Sprayed off his boot.
Has faded from the game somewhat, Andrew Vanzi. Hasn't had as many touches since Hugh Howell came on. His role would have changed with the introduction of the Gorilla, and then, yeah, that's a card.
Humblie, number 12, Andrew Vanzi. Andrew Vanzi, number 12, caution in the 80th minute.
Cavalier hits, searching for another goal. Taylor comfortable with a take. Cavalier beginning to look bossy now. Webster. Harris challenges and fouls Murray. Courtney Allen fighting hard for the ball. Yeah.
Referee goes to her pocket now belatedly. She wanted to give Cavalier the advantage, and now Vishnu Harris is having words with the young man wearing number 4 for Cavalier, Richard King. Yeah, she puts him in the book.
Yeah, Murray knocked there in the shin area on the right leg. But in the final 10 minutes now, George, and Cavalier have worked hard for a victory, and they're minutes away now from achieving it.
The thing is this, the Humblie team doesn't have the pacey direct players that Cavalier have. They don't have someone like Dwayne Atkins who puts the defenders under pressure by committing them, running directly at them. They don't have that. They have players who can pass it around, who can pick a pass. He would benefit so much if he had a man like Atkinson on the field, in the way that he benefited at Arnott Gardens when he was feeding Kemal Tul Malcolm, who moves as if he has wheels at times. So this is the tackle. Yeah, that's a foul.
Yeah, it was. He didn't appear too rebellious when the call was made against him, though, George.
Yeah. And usually a very demonstrative guy.
Yeah.
So he knew he had done wrong. And I think Murray is also milking some clock here. So they learned the game management early. 1-0 ahead, kill some momentum.
Yeah.
Frustrate Humblie some more.
Yeah, so Murray's hurt badly enough to be helped off the field, and maybe he's not in good enough shape to continue. One of the things that we noticed about this Cavalier team last year, George, in the aborted season, even though they were a little bit off the top flight, was that they got goals coming from a lot of different places. They had 14 different goal scorers last season, this Cavalier team, and it's because of how they play and the sort of totality of their game.
Yeah, Murray's taking his boots off, so it does look as if he's done. But let's not call that just yet. So they're down to 10 men for the moment.
Yes, they are. Not a lot of time left in the game, yo. Lewis, deep, under some pressure. Allen putting pressure on him. Yeah, a lot of energy here. Look how quickly the Cavalier men are moving in the last 10 minutes of the game, albeit several of them are substitutes, so they have fresh legs on. But there's definitely a difference in the pace of this Cavalier team that we're seeing from the pace of the Humblie side.
For sure. And Murray won't come back.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Chin. Simpson. Yeah, Chin gives the ball away. Howell with a very aggressive challenge. Williams. Will he strike from here? He does! And White, in the end, makes the take look easy.
Yeah, Jimison and Wright frustrated that Williams went for goal from that distance because they were giving him passing options to the right. But maybe Williams was saying, well, the two of you are on the same side.
Yes.
So there's not much benefit in that.
Humblie now chasing the game, 6 minutes from full time. Vanzi, good enough first touch. Harris. Roden. Gray. Howell. Harris wants it on the left. Doesn't get it. Fine attempted ball there in the middle towards right, but didn't get to him. So Humblie having some threatening moments here, giving the impression that they aren't going down without a fight.
Yeah, they have to watch the counter-attack though, especially with the Cavalier boys being as rapid as they are.
Yeah. Atkinson. Oh, look how confident he is on the ball. Oh, this is good stuff here from Cavalier. Yeah, he has the pace, Watkinson does, to get away from these men. Oh, his pass misdirected.
A bit too casual.
Yeah. Foul on Vanzi, I think. Yeah, free kick to Humblie.
2 changes coming up for Cavalier. So number 6 is off, as we said, Murray. And number 3 comes out.
Yeah, so Leng in for Anderson.
And then English is coming out, number 25.
Number 23, Cleo Clark, gets set to replace number 25, Brian English.
So Speed continuing to freshen up his team
Substitution.
with the young, fast substitutes.
Yeah, and a lot of these coaches now are appreciating the extended number of changes that you're allowed to make in these matches. Gray. Yeah, good work here by Humblie. Howell. Williams. Wow, he's gone all the way back here to Gray over on the right.
Curious decision from the
Yeah, I
Ron
thought
Williams.
they were players more central in more threatening positions
Yeah.
that he probably had options to go to.
For sure, and it was a good build-up because Vishnul Harris attempted to head the ball, but dummied it for him,
Yeah.
gave him some time and space, didn't use it though.
Yeah, but Humblie looking threatening here still late in the game.
Yeah.
They've won themselves a corner
Yeah,
on
they're
87 minutes.
Gone on the front foot there, searching up for the equalizer. At least Price will be happy that they've responded to going behind.
Yeah. Gray's corner. Yeah, Cavalier on the counter now. Hoyle. Quick enough to get there before Clark does.
Yeah, trademark way of his. Very odd runner in those situations. Stretching those long legs to close the distance between him and Atkinson, who would have been in had he managed to nip by Hugh Howell.
Minutes and a half on the clock, plus time to be added on for stoppages. So Cavalier looking to seal the first win of the tournament. Oh, but here's Humblie with the opportunity. Jadine White dives in to save the day for Cavalier.
Wow. Mix up there, the ball running all about. Not that the Cavalier defenders knew much about it. The Humblie pressure causing that situation. Scrambling the box that, luckily for Cavalier, their goalkeeper gathers.
Gray knocks the ball in and Taylor now has it. We head to the final whistle, the match MVP. That discussion starts. I would think the goal scorer Atkinson is in pole position for that.
One and only.
Yeah, there have been several other decent performances from the Cavalier men today. I thought English had a very decent game.
Yep.
Kamoy Simpson, tower of strength.
Yep.
But the moment that did it was young Atkinson.
Yes.
In the 10 shirt. And he's been explosive since he came onto the field. So to be fair, it's not just the goal that he gets high marks for. His overall contribution was solid. 4 minutes added on for stoppages. And Humblie giving the impression that they're going to be fighting to the end. Atkinson. Yeah, he sends Webster going. Can he get the accurate crossing? He does. Chin. Can Chin get the strike? No, he doesn't. Williams gets in there with the defensive challenge. And the referee's whistle holds the play anyway.
But even before Rodney went off, Lance, the Humblie, the left side, the right side of the Humblie defense has been creaking in the second half, because that's where Atkinson and his teammates have combined. The combination play among the Cavalier frontmen today has been very impressive. And they've opened up the Humblie defense, attacking down the Cavalier left, the Humblie right. That's where they've enjoyed a lot of joy.
And Ming soars high for the header. Yeah, Vishnul not getting the ball played behind him. And there goes Atkinson. Oh, delightful ball forward here for Courtney Allen. Could it be number 2 for Cavalier? 2-0. The black and white Kasafa Cavalier putting the final nail in Humbleland's coffin.
Yeah, Cockahoo put the celebration as well, Courtney Allen. But that outside of the foot pass from Dwayne Atkinson, absolutely superb. Turning defense into attack at the snap of a finger. It was a bad pass from Roden intended for Vishnul Harris that turned over possession. And before you could say counter-attack, the transition was on.
Here's the
look
pass,
at this.
Wow.
That's
Took
two men out with that pass.
That's class. And
yes.
Allen does really well with the finish, rounding the goalkeeper as well. Yeah, so if there were any reservations at all lingering about who the man of the match should have been, that clinical pass from Dwayne Atkinson, assisting on that goal, seals it.
Yeah, showing his credentials for the Olympics in gymnastics as well. But yeah, that pass from Atkinson, man, it bypassed Hugh Graham, it bypassed Lewis. It was that good. Took two defenders out.
Best pass of the day.
Oh yes.
Not just the best pass of this match, it's the best pass of the day.
For sure.
Yeah, Simpson has been so good as well for Cavalier. So Cavalier's victory here, George, a minute and a half before, just a minute left in the game. It's pretty much sealed. Has been a red card coming out here. Yeah. A second bookable offence. Vanzie's off on the red card.
Yeah, Vanzie thinks that Atkinson is taking the mickey because he's been dancing on the ball, doing Atkins ever since that second goal went in. And the Humbleland boys feel as if he's taunting them, this young man. And Vanzie's frustration got the better of him. And that's why he fouled him here, because he had been dancing before. Yep. Tried to get a cheap shot in and paid the price.
Yeah. Second bookable offence for Andrew Vanzie. And he takes the red card without a fuss. So Cavalier ending the match in style, George. Just seconds remaining here. And Rudolph Speed's boys have had a rapid start to the tournament. Odette Hamilton says it's over. And Cavalier jumping to the top of the table with this victory.